Good morning. How are you guys today? It's nice to see you. It really is. I can't tell you enough how wonderful it is to interact with each and every one of you doing this. Um, I am under quarantine and I will be for quite a while, so this really gives me a sense of connection to community in a way that I never imagined. And so the fact that you're coming here, whether it be intermittently, this one time, or you come and come again, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I do feel a very real connection to each and every one of you. I'm Olivia, and this is Tarot and Coffee with Olivia, here to do your daily pick tarot meditation. I also wanted to let you know, of course, that this meditation is a great way to begin or continue a daily meditative practice. It's easy to do. It's especially good if you're new to meditation. It's especially good if you don't have a lot of time to meditate. You can. It's passive. You just tune in and we go. So you can also skip forward to your timestamp if you really need. If you really don't have a lot of time, these videos are almost always, well, they're always less than 20 minutes, and I try to make them less than 15. But you can always skip ahead if you just have about 3 to 5 minutes. You can do a whole meditation. Also, let's see. I lost my place because I saw that I'm getting another phone call this morning. It's kind of interesting. This is a timeless reading, even though it's morning for me. You can tune in at any time. I have invoked divine timing. So all you have to do is pick the card topper that resonates with you the best, and then that will be the card of interest for you today, other than the thought of the day. So let's go ahead and get started. Well, did I tell you about the many ways to connect with me? So come see me on social media. I don't know if I did. I did just now. Let us go on to the thought of the day, which I already pulled. It is from our Wild Unknown Archetypes deck by Kim Kranz. It's kind of an esoteric deck. Kind of. It is. And your thought of the day is the one. The one. And so this is I'm going to read to you from Kim Kranz's books about what the one means. Hopefully I'll grasp it. And I guess while I'm doing that, I don't know if you want to look at the book or the candle, but I'm going to focus on the candle. The one. Non-duality. One love. Unus mundus. Our ability to experience this archetype firsthand is limited. It comes in brief and potent moments that we are left to savor for a lifetime. The one is both the energy that unites all living beings and our capacity to sense this intimate union. This archetype eludes us on most of our lives, appearing in a concept in a distant galaxy, yet when we are in the midst of its power, a solemn reverence falls across all the land. We glimpse ourselves in the vastness of all consciousness and are neither small nor large within that field. We are neither important nor unimportant. All duality fades away and we are left with what is. The precious knowing that life is a gift and we are both the giver and receiver of this fortune. I'm going to read what it says here. Well, you're focusing on the camera. You're not seeing where I'm pointing. It is said that Om, I don't know if I did. Om is the primordial sound of the universe and that all other mantras are born from it. Simply imagining this possibility will activate the one. When light serves, loves, accepts, and resonates, when dark ignores, omits, excludes, go deeper. James Turrell's The Color Inside, the poem Self-Portrait by David White. So that is our thought of the day, the one. So you can see, like, even after we read that, how it's, mm, well, for me at least, I'll say, it's still a little difficult to understand where they're coming from with the one. But basically, I think it's, one with God, one with one another. That idea and thought that a lot of us have when we think about spirituality and stuff, this is one one way to think about it. It's well, I'm not going to go on since I'm not really understanding fully. I guess I feel like I understand, but not fully. So let's just take it on. Let's take it on. We'll leave that to think about throughout the day. We're going to pick up. Did I show you the card toppers up close? No. So I'm going to show them to you up close so that you can take your pick and be able to decide. This is your Baccus or Grape-face. This is your diversity marble that represents all of us. This is my happy-go-lucky cat that represents a journey and friendship and business. And this is Betty Boop on her piano, nostalgia, music. We're going to put these card toppers down on the cards where they were. And a lot of people, rather than actually picking a card, will choose their card topper that resonates with them the best. So if you need more time, now's the time to go ahead and pause the video if you want to take a few deep breaths. Let out some of that tension and then choose your card topper. I'm going to go ahead and move along, so if you do need that time, go ahead and pause that video now. We're going to start with Betty Boop, our piano player here. Seven of Swords. This is not a happy card. So this card represents, how can I put this? Thievery. A lying. Lying to yourself. Sometimes it's a greed card. I'm just going to say it. Sometimes people lie to themselves because greed gets in the way, and they tell themselves it's not going to hurt anybody to steal this. Now, he's protected himself. He's wearing gloves. He's kind of got a smirk on his face. But is he deceiving himself or someone else? Is this you or is this someone you work with? I don't know. Those are questions for you to figure out. I could do it if I did a clarifying read, but we're just doing the one card read today. If this is you, I would say step back and look at what you're doing and reevaluate. If you have been stolen from, step back, think about who and why, and also realize that when you do confront this person, they'll be very defensive. They may not admit it. So you may not want to confront them, but you may want to realize they're really in a bad place right now. If it's you, you're in a bad place. Go gentle on yourself. Go gentle on them, because as we utilize the one card in this reading, what we're finding is that he is you, even if he's somebody else. Whew. Let's move on. Let's go on to the cat, the kitty cat, the happy-go-lucky cat, the happy-go-lucky business cat from Japan. Strength. Okay, so here's what. Here's the thing with strength. Um, I drew her upside down today. And so those are not going to be the best aspects of the card. However, it gives us a way to talk about things that are difficult to talk about. That's why the cards have negative sides. So, what are we talking about? We could be talking about a few things. One thing, we could be talking about our carnal urges. You might be struggling with whether or not you want to have sex with someone. Or maybe you did have sex with them and wish you hadn't. It's all about the kind of things that happen when you're not as prudent as you might be. As you might once were, maybe should have been, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to shame anybody. But that's kind of part of what this card talks about. It also talks about abuse of power. A woman who sits naked on the lion with the medical symbol, the DNA symbol in her hand, is a very powerful person with the infinity symbol floating above her head and sun shining down upon her. She is very strong. She knows how to be vulnerable and still move forward. She has knowledge in the palm of her hand. But sometimes she tends to use that power for her own and not the good of all. It also could just have to do with fear. That maybe you're facing some of your fears. Maybe those fears are getting the best of you. So if you have this card today, I would say good on you for continuing to move forward through your fears. And also all those other negative things, I think we're going to leave those for you to sift through. I don't really... The biggest thing I get with this card is good for moving forward even in your fear. And when it goes with the one, I think that really, that meaning, that very last meaning, is really the one that resonates the most with me. And I hope it's the one that resonates the most with you. And now we're going to turn over the card that was under the diversity marble. And we have the Two of Cups, or the Two of Cauldrons, which is also the same thing as the Two of Hearts. So this is just a really sweet card. It means everything you think it means just looking at it. A couple, it could be marriage, it could be friendship. It's definitely a partnership of some kind, a possible union. Every now and then, it points to compromising, to making a compromise. But really, with this card, I would say enjoy your partner today. Whoever they may be. You may say, but I'm single. Your person, you have someone that you consider. And if you don't, that someone will be the one. And what I mean by that is if you find yourself lost and alone, and I don't mean alone because you like being alone or alone because that's your nature. What I mean is if you're striving and hoping and yearning for connection and you're not finding it with a significant other, a partner, a friendship, then you must look for that with God and yourself. That's your partner. And I'm sorry, it can be very painful to be alone. I realize that. But this isn't really any consolation to you, but it can also be very painful with the wrong person as well. We're going to go ahead and move on. I'm sorry. I know this is kind of some deep stuff, and I feel, that's why I do like to book personal readings. If you have any questions or if you need something more detailed, something more pertaining to you, something, you can always call and book an appointment. If for some reason you feel like you can't afford a reading with me, give me a call anyway, and we can probably work something out. And then we have your Baccus. This is the card we're going to pick up next, is our Grape-face, aka the Greek god Baccus. And this final card is the Eight of Swords. It, again, we don't have a lot of really lovely happy cards today, but that's okay. Sometimes we have to talk about these things. This one in particular is feeling lost and out of control, like you have no say in how things go. You feel very limited, you feel basically miserable, worried, lost in despair, and feeling a lot of fears today. You may even be feeling suspicion and doubt about a relationship. Either way, this is not a very happy place for you. When coupled with the one, it gives you an answer of what you need to be doing today about this hard place that you're in. It's connecting with spirit, connecting with God, connecting with your inner self. You're going to need to be finding comfort within yourself. And that is sometimes one of the hardest things there is to do. If I were in church right now, I'd be saying, hit your knees. That's really sometimes the only thing I know to do about anything sometimes. And I know a lot of people get made fun of for praying rather than action, but sometimes our hands are tied and we don't have action. And prayer, if it doesn't do anything at all, it does. I know it does at least one thing. It can bring comfort to the person who's praying at the very least. And it can also bring much comfort to others. And here we are. It's getting to be a long video. So we're at the end. And I really appreciate you connecting with me today. I know I keep saying that, but it's a big thing to me. I hope that you were able to get something helpful or hopeful to help fuel your day or evening ahead. Do take what resonates with you, but also please do not make life-altering decisions or changes based on video pick-a-card readings, not even mine. Please like, subscribe, and share. It does mean a lot to me, and it means a lot to my channel when you do. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.